Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel English with Hilmi. Today we are going to deal with a new lesson, indirect questions with perfect tenses. So let's get started. Indirect questions are more formal and polite than direct questions. They are often used when speaking to people for the first time or when talking about sensitive issues. They are also used when asking for someone's opinion. We are going to see some examples. Direct. What have they been saying about me? Indirect. Could you tell me what they have been saying about me? As you notice that the indirect question is more polite and more formal than direct question. We are going to see another example. Has he understood my point? Do you know if he's understood my point? As you notice that we use could you tell me or do you know for the indirect questions to be more polite. And of course direct question is less polite and formal than indirect questions. In indirect WH questions, the verb follows the subject as in a statement. For the perfect tenses, use auxiliary verbs. We are going to see some examples. Could you tell me what he has been reading? The question stem, could you tell me? And WH word, what? Subject, he. Verb, has been reading. As you notice that the verb follows the subject. And of course we use auxiliary verb for the perfect tense. Another example, do you know why they haven't come? As you notice that the verb follows the subject, they, and we use the auxiliary verb for the perfect tense. For indirect questions with do you think, the question word comes at the beginning. We are going to see an example. Why do you think she has been winning? As you notice that the question word comes at the beginning. In indirect yes no questions, if follows the question stem. The verb also follows the subject, as in a statement. For the perfect tenses, use auxiliary verbs. We are going to see some examples. Indirect yes no questions. For the question stem, we have can you tell me if, and of course the subject she, and the verb to sleep. Another example, do you know if they have left? If follows the question stem, and of course we use the auxiliary verb for the perfect tense. Now we have a small quiz to check your understanding, of course. Rewrite questions in an indirect form. Use the indirect question stem in parentheses. The first one, has he been talking to Carlos? We have here, do you know? This is the question stem. Can you guess? Yes, great job. Do you know if he has been talking to Carlos? As you notice that if follows the question stem and we use the auxiliary verb for the perfect tense. The second one, how long has he had this TV? We have the question stem, could you tell me? Can you guess? Yes, great. Could you tell me how long he has had this TV? And of course, could you tell me is more polite. The question number three, has she been studying? The question still, can you tell me? Can you guess? Perfect. Can you tell me if she has been studying? And of course, if follows the question stem, and we use the auxiliary verb for the perfect tense. The last one, what has he written about my project? The question stem is, do you think? Can you guess? Great job. What do you think he has written about my project? What do you think he has written about my project?